All right, what's up, everybody? This is Lex Mixed It, and I'm about to start mixing my good friend Louie Kaczmarek, his next single, These Games. He actually just released a new song called Poison Red. He dropped that this Friday. He has two other songs that I've mixed and mastered, Cause I'm God and Loved Out. And so we're going to get this started using Pro Tools, and I'm also using, you'll see here, let me pop it up. Bam! This is some new software by Acustica Audio and Studio DMI. Together they're called Quantica Audio. And this is called Modula. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty much a customized live mixer for Pro Tools. Well, actually for any DAW. You can see over here how I got them selected and whatnot. So let's take a listen to the song first. And we'll talk about how we're going to approach this. I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jackie. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head, but I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move, but just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure.
Playing your role, you really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow, 'cause I thought that you'd go. I was oh so wrong. Say you love my soul, lying all along. So I hope you love this song and these thoughts I shared on this long prologue. The dice on the board is your move. Just know that it's you versus you. 'Cause I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. You've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure. So that's a song, These Games by Louie Kaczmarek. I'm about to start mixing this.
we already put. So what I typically do in my bad, the phone. Someone called me, and I'm using my iPhone as a webcam, and so that's why I dipped out for a bit. But so what I normally do first is I choose a tape. So let me show you guys this. I use Tape tape. Bam, by Acustica Audio. Pretty cool plugin, and it emulates different tape machines. And you got many different choices here. But I had one of my assistant engineers, Corey. Shout out to Corey, and he did all of that for me. And he actually organized all of this, color coded, put all the channel strips for me, all that fun stuff. But I gotta go in now and do the balancing, and working through all of these different vocal layers that Louie has. So let me take this off. Let me see. Let me bring up my modula, and let's see if I can, what do you call it? Organize this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. Texture. Yeah, you see? It's not working. And clearly my webcam's in the way. So let me move that. Bam. Look, I'm traveling. Okay. So if you notice here, sometimes didn't save it, but I'll just remember it. I got good memory. Yeah. So let's see. So what I like to do, I like to start with the drums, because for hip hop, pop music, all of that, the bass, the foundation rather, shall I say, is the drums. And so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna lower all of my tracks. I wonder if I can leads. Oh, so why can't channel 5 work? That's weird. Okay, well, this is actually chorus. Chorus. This is my verse. What else? This is his little rap part. This is doubles and triples. Huh, interesting. Rap double. Rap triple. Okay. Harmony mid, high, low. Harm high. Nope, just kidding. It's really harm mid. Harm high. Harm low. But I think I got 2 of those. Must be like a punch. Nope, they're definitely 2 different harmonies. I don't understand how I named these. Harm low 1, harm low 1. Okay. Sure. Got that. And then we got my drum bus. We got melody bus. Mel bus, we'll call it. And then lead bus. Background bus. Harmony bus. Harm bus. What is this? This is my plate reverb. So organization is key. I should have had my assistant do this first. Plate. So a little about myself. I've been mixing for the past like 10 years now. Maybe longer than that, since 2009. No, when I graduated school, 2008, from Webster University. Shout out to the Woo. Woo. Not to be mistaken for Wu-Tang, but Woo. They called us the Woo Clan. Webster University. We had... So it's funny, our mascot was a made-up mascot called a Gorlock. And it had the head of a cheetah, the paws of a lion. I could be getting this all wrong, by the way. What else? The paws of a lion. Man, it was just a mix-up of different animals. Not even a real word. They got it because the school is on the strips of Gore Road and Lockwood Avenue. And and that's how they came up with Gorlock. I heard that it was actually in the 80s when they were trying to come up with it. It was fake. And what's it called? It was like they were trying to figure out what the mascot was going to be, and they, students submitted stuff, and the Gorlock was one of the ones that was submitted as a joke, and it actually ended up winning. I don't know if that's real. If anyone from Webster University can confirm that, that would be cool. But yeah, that's why I went to school for audio engineering. Okay, so I just labeled everything in Modula. Shout out to Quantica Audio. All right, so like I said, I start with the drums. So let's start with the drums. Maybe let's do this too. Let's put my locations so I know where everything's at. So it starts off with a chorus. Chorus, verse, chorus, verse. Bam. That shortcut to jump between locations, man, saves me so much time. Period, and then a number of the location, and then period. All right, so bring me to location 2. Set this to loop play 4 on the numeric pad, and so what I'm doing right now. Let's turn on a preamp. So track 1 is my drum loop right now. Let's actually just focus on that drum loop. And what's cool about some of this Quantica technology or Acustica technology is they got different flavors for each channel strip that they have here. So like this is the line A preamp, switch it to line B. Listen to the kick. So here's line A. Here's line B. The kick's a little fatter in line B. I'm gonna lower the Pro Tools a little so you guys can maybe hear me a little bit better. I'm gonna put this on YouTube too. Okay. Let's see. So let's decide A or B. Oh, No, I like line B. It's got like that kick sounds nice and fat. So for my master meter, I'm gonna use this plugin right here. It's a free one, EQing loudness meter. So what I'm trying to do is on my master, peak at around -10. Not on the LUFs, but just actual peaking. Because if you think about it, once you add all the other instruments, because if you think about it, once you add all the other instruments, if you get your loudest instrument to be at -10, after you add the instruments on all the other vocals, you're going to get to around like a -6, -3 for your final mix, which is what mastering engineers want. So, yeah. So that's what we're trying to get it at. So let me bring up this bad boy. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust my fader until on my master. Let's switch to our mix window. It'll show that I'm at around -10. We got the UNCUT master meter. It's interesting though, it's all in LUF, so it doesn't show me. Oh, there's a true peak. That doesn't make sense though. Hold on. Oh, I guess it is going to -5. Okay. Oh, that stink, but I can't. So -5. So let's lower it. Let's check. We see it's almost peaking at -10. Which I think this meter is actually reading on the sign here. Yeah, and this is, I got this on my touchscreen, the modula, so it's pretty dope. So it doesn't gotta be exactly at -10. Like, that's cool. It's a little over 10. That's okay. Okay. So we got that. I'm gonna continue this loop so I can get the other drum loop going. Let's cut that in half so we don't have to listen to it as much. Okay, so drum loop 2, this bad boy. I'm gonna set it to line B2 so that they're similar. Man, those are like completely different loops. Louie, what you doing there? Oh, turn up my mic. Am I not loud enough on my mic? Yeah, I can turn that up. 1 2 1. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is that better on the mic? Is that better on the mic? You hear me better on the mic? Mr. Louie. Louie has joined us. This is pretty cool. So Louie's actually here, and he's probably going to tell me, hey, you know, change the volume of this, and that as we work through the mix. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Check. Okay. Yes, and I do mix on headphones. Yeah, you know what's crazy about this? When you try to stream during Zoom like kills the audio. So it's kind of amazing that the audio is this nice going through Twitch. I mean, I guess it should be because people stream video games, but you know. So 20 minutes in to our stream, this is as far as I've gotten. Just the drums. Not even doing anything, just volume balancing. Alright, let's check out what's next. We hear the transitions between the two drums. It's pretty decent. So we got the drums, and the next thing that you want to bring in is whatever the main melody is, which I think Louie here, he got this really cool loop, guitar and bass loop. Now, don't get it confused. Like, Louie can play. He can play the piano. He can play the guitar and all of that. But, you know, sometimes it's cool. You got to use loops to take your mind creatively to different places that you wouldn't before. And that's what he did here. So let's check out this right here, right? It's going to be the bass and the guitar. It's all in one loop. So let's bring that up. Ooh. It's fat. So like off the bat, I'm hearing this. I'm thinking like, I'm already thinking like a night drive going on. And so here, listen to this, to the second drum loop. This, it sounds like wipers. The little hi-hat and the thing that is going on with the overhead on the drum loop. Kind of like you're driving through rain. So already in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna add a little reverb to the drum loops to increase that type of mood and increase that type of feel. Okay, but let's go back to balancing my sample. And the thing about this, you don't want the melody to be overshadowing the drums. What makes a mix sound big, typically in hip hop and pop, are the drums. If the drums take precedent over everything else, then the mix will sound pretty big. Now we're just balancing. I already know that my kick and the bass line here, I'm gonna have to find a way to get them to fit together. But balancing is like 80% of the battle. If you can get a good balance from your mix in terms of just the volume and the dynamics, you're right there. Yeah, I mean, Louie just brought up a good point. He used to be against loops. There's probably a delay in what I'm talking about and what you're hearing. That's cool though. But it, like you said, it gives you the ability to collaborate with another musician. And if you think about it, back in the day, this is how they did it. You had a producer that had a bunch of different musicians, from guitarists to drummers and whatever, brought them together to make one song. And you can't really do that today if you're the one programming everything yourself, right? So it takes away the ability for collaboration. Well, that's such a big thing when it comes to music. I mean, when you see it live, it's a collaboration of different musicians. So sometimes using loops, not sometimes, all the time using loops, it can really help jog your creativity. I'm gonna mute the drums real quick, and I'm gonna see what preamp that I like. And I'm really liking line B. So this strip right here, Lime, it models a board. I don't know if I could even say it on here, what this stuff models. I don't know if that's legal or not. Let's check Mix F. I like Mix F because it's pretty fat and bright. Line B is a little darker. Well, so let's check out this one real quick and let's hear it. It's nice because of the brightness. Line B. But line B is darker. I feel like it fits the mood more. I'm gonna ask Louie, hey Louie, what do you like better, Line B or Mix FS stereo? So right now is Line B. This is for the stereo right now. We'll go back, line B. Okay, here comes mix F. Line B. We'll go switch to mix F right here. Which one you like, sir? Which one you like? I'm gonna try and add some people. See if I can get live stream poppin'. Twitch.tv. I think mix F seems a little sharper. Yeah, I do too. I mean, the only reason that I like line B is because it's a little darker, so I feel like it matches the mood now, or the mood better. But you know, it's a preference thing. But this is where it all begins. You know, this kind of dictates the what do you call it? The rest of the mix. Yeah, mix F. It's definitely sharper. Alright, we'll roll with it. That's what Louie says. It's his song. Okay, let me mix this in appropriately. So whatever the loudest instrument is in our sample needs to be matched as loud as the snare in our loop. Oh, nice. Hey, what's up, Paul? I see Tony and nice. I will mention the original names. This is so Lime 2 is a Neve. Thanks. So right now I got my drum loops and my bass line running through a Neve console. Like, that's insane. This is like the coolness of using a modular, this technology. So for me, the higher guitar is kind of like the loudest thing, and I mean it's gonna share the same frequency space in terms of the high end with the snare. So I kind of want to match those. So when those are both attacking at the same time, it feels like they're hitting you at the same plane, same volume. So let's see what the next main melody here. We got piano. The piano Louie actually played. Ooh. That's pretty. So I hear this, the piano. It's like when you're driving late night, right? We already talked about how I imagine loop 2 is the rain. The sample's kind of like the car that you're driving in, and then your keys, it's like when you're driving down the highway and you see all those flashes of lights. It's like the lights and the stars. And so when I see that imagery, I already know off the bat I'm gonna take out the low end from the keys. That way the sample of the guitar and the bass, it can live a little more, right? And there's room for the kick drum too. But I'm gonna get to the EQing and all of that later. Choose a preamp for the keys that already makes it super bright. You know, we want to get rid of that loudness. So we already know line B isn't going to be the choice. It's not going to be the guy because that brings too much roundness. So it's probably going to be mix F. Replace. You know what? I'm gonna change this channel strip. This is too, like, it's too, what's the word? Clean? No, not too clean. It's too warm for me. Because the warmness is coming from the guitar and the bass. So I'm gonna change that strip and I'm actually going to choose what's it called? Diamond EQ? Yeah. Diamond EQ3. This one. No, I need the strip version. Watch it load up. Oh, you didn't get to see it. That's okay. But look, check that out. Can't rename it. That's not fair. That's alright. EQ it off the bat right away. I'm gonna cut this. Bust some highs up. Let's see how it sounds now. Liam, I totally agree. It's like yep. And again, I'm envisioning it bright because I want the keys to be bright. So one, it stands out from the sample and the loop, but also its purpose is kind of like to be dancing around your head, you know, with the notes that Louie is playing. And so it's really more about the attack that we're hearing, right? It's kind of it's like someone's like tickling your brain, right? That's what I got for the keys. And so I'm trying to enhance that. Let's get rid of the lows and enhance the highs. And Diamond 3 EQ does exactly that. Has here something called texture. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. 5. Oh. So here I got it as just a clean channel strip. Okay. So remember this imagery that I painted of driving the car late at night, right? The sample, the bass and the guitar is your car. It's nice and warm. Your drums is kind of like, you know, the road, you know, the wheels going on the gravel. Loop 2 is like the windshield wipers going when it's raining. And then now our texture is going to be kind of like the clouds and the wind. So it's going to be super atmospheric. So like, I don't even care if it's clear. Right, that's not my purpose. So off the bat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this to my room reverb, whatever I got there right now. And I'm gonna set this to what's this called? To pre-fader, so that I can actually lower the main one, and I can just get more of the reverbed one. Oops. Maybe like that. Slower more. You know what? I'm gonna stretch that out. It doesn't need bass, so we can stretch this out. We can stretch it out. We're gonna use S1 Imager. It's a go-to. If you have headphones on, you'll hear it. You know what? And I actually, let's do this. Normally I would wait to do this you know, heavy EQing and stuff, but it's in my head right now, so I gotta get it out. So I'm gonna use a mid-side EQ. Ooh, should I use Azure too? Man, that's really heavy-handed on my CPU. Why not? I just built a new CPU. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. So like this one, it's so silky smooth. The problem is sometimes it kills the transients, right? But this texture, we don't care about the transients because it's just texture. Like I said, it's clouds. What transients do clouds have? And I picked this one because I want to go mid-side. I want to take out all the low end from the mids. And then I want to brighten just the sides. Let's turn on the preamp. Oh, look at that. Just turning that on made it go crazy. Okay, so shelf. Nope. Which this has to be the mids. The left side has to be the mids. Oh. So let's do this. Let's start about like, I don't know. Let's go crazy. So this is my size. So I'm actually using a touchscreen for all of this, which is kind of fun. That's why you don't see a mouse moving around all the places. Oh, diamond. Okay, so let's compare. Salim gave a suggestion. Let's use Diamond 3. We'll actually use the regular version. That's right, you can go mid-side now. Interesting. Let's turn that bad boy. So let's keep it on side. I'm gonna cut the low end out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. High pass. Bye-bye. And let's just go crazy on the texture. Why not? 50 kilohertz, because, you know, humans can use 50 kilohertz. We can hear that. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Suddenly I'm about to get some assistant engineer mixing credits. Hey Louie, what do you like better, Diamond 3 or Azure? Here's Diamond 3. Okay, and here's Azure. Louie, I hope you're still there. Maybe I overdid it on the highness. Let's let's back that off a little. And then you know what? I'm gonna take the high mids out of the way too, because we know vocals are gonna come in. Too late. Okay, let's give a little more lead. Diamond 3. Okay, that's Diamond 3. This is for the texture, and Azure 2. Man, that's a toughie. Like the Azure feels more cloudy. You know what I mean? Like if I'm attaching the texture to clouds, Azure 2 feels more cloudy. Diamond 3 feels like it's out of the way more though. That was Diamond 3. Here's Azure 2. Let me lower the output a little. Like technically in my head, Diamond 3 sounds right, but creatively, Azure 2 feels better. This is like one of those make it break it's for the engineer. It either makes a record or breaks a record. But this is the type of stuff that I love doing. That's pretty cool. 4 viewers. That's what's up. I can't believe I've been mixing for an hour and I'm not even that far in the mix. That's okay. There is like 20 minutes when I started and I had no idea what I was doing on Twitch. Okay, I'm going to go with... I'm gonna go with the Azure 2. Diamond 3 was a good suggestion, but I gotta stick with the clouds. Sticking with the clouds. Yeah, that sounds like... Have you ever seen that Pokemon? Like, you guys remember Pokemon? It reminds me of... Oh, C-Link. But if I C-Link it, doesn't that make it different for the mid sides? Because I want to control the mids of my sides independently. So the Pokemon, my Pokemon thing is I think of like who was that? Ghastly and Hauntor when I hear this texture. And the moment that you lose that feeling with how you're mixing it, I feel like that means you go too far. No problem, Salim. All right. So it's interesting. I've actually known Salim from Facebook, from the Acustica Audio official Facebook group for, I don't know, the past year or so. I actually deleted my Facebook, my personal Facebook, for a long time. It's been gone for like 2 years. And then I made a new one specifically just so I can follow the Acustica group. And so my newsfeed was strictly just all audio information. I followed Acustica, I followed the Slate stuff, and another one called like Hey Students, because I'm also an instructor at Illinois Media School. So I thought it'd be a good resource, or I could be a good resource for students. I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty cool that we're interacting in the live. Okay, so we got the texture set. Let's take a listen to all of that. It's about to come in again right here. See, that's perfect. You hear how, oh, nice. Later, Louie. Say what up to God for me. But you see right here, this is exactly what I wanted. When the attack of the keys come in, it pushes through or cuts through the texture sound, and the texture sound is kind of like the cloud just surrounding the keys. Feel that texture just bubble up. That's nice. Okay, let's work in his chorus vocals now. Now in pop music, hip hop music, those those chorus vocals, the lead vocals, should be pretty close as loud as like the snare, whatever the loudest instrument in the beat is, in the instrumental should get to there. I keep forgetting that I got one of these guys, so I keep hitting spacebar, when in reality, I can be using my MIDI controller. Because unfortunately, if you have modula up, you can't, what do you call it? Uh-oh, now I messed up my camera. If you have modula up, you can't hit spacebar in Pro Tools. My bad, guys. Okay. Oh boy. And you guys just fell. I done messed up. How did I even get this to sing? My bad, webcam going crazy. You know what? I think I like completely zoomed in. Okay. I just need to get a longer cable. There we go. I'll start it over. Why is my face so big now? How did I do that?
That I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure.
Oh, I zoomed into 5. My bad, guys. Okay. I think I fixed it. Serious vocals again.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's bring up the verse. Switch Pro Tools.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
I can't see.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jackie. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head, but I hope you love this song. Any start.
A good technique for balancing this is listen to the volumes at really low. I don't know if can I do that to you guys? Yeah. Let me lower voice meter. So I'm gonna turn down the volume of Pro Tools really low.
These games are
And you see here how that snare just stands out, right? Okay, now I'm gonna mix in his verse vocals. And I want it so that when his verse attack parts of his verses, it attacks at the same intensity of the snare. Maybe right there? No, that snare's still a little bit louder.
On this long prologue, thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying that I'm not playing these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel.
Maybe I overshot it just a tad.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Thanks, Salim. Yeah, actually, this is the same artist that I posted on the Acustica group a while ago. His song was called Loved Out. When I did that post where I broke down the different tapes that I used for each instrument and why I used it, and you know, the different channel strips and whatnot. This is the same artist.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head, but I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue.
The vocals sound a little bit louder, so let's lower them a bit. I want him and that snare to be in unison. As much as I can, even before I touch compression and all of that.
These thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure, cause you've been straining. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see.
Yeah, I know, I do need a stand for my phone. Actually, the way it's like settled in right now, it's locked in between my top screen and my middle screen. So if I hit one of the screens too hard, then that's why it tumbles.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head, hope you love this song. And he's
Whoops.
on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you, and I'm just.
Okay, so we got that. Main vocals are balanced. Oh, I need a balance in his rap.
Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now.
So I got these on two different tracks, the rap and the singing vocals, because I'm gonna compress them differently.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories, the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you I fought through fire and snow, cause I thought that you glowed. I was oh so wrong. Say you love my soul, lying all along. And so I hope you love this song and these thoughts I shared on this long prologue. The dials on the board is your move. Just know that it's you versus you, cause I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore.
Okay, so we got that. All his leads worked in nicely. Now I'm going to try and get, what do you call it? His background vocals going. And he gave me the liberty to cut whatever vocals I want for the background. So we'll see how much stays.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Sorry, Lou, I'm taking out the highs. I'm taking all of this in the very beginning because I want you to feel alone in the verse.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, maybe I'll keep the highs.
Sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we.
And then let's drown them in reverb.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
That high harmony, I'm treating it as if it's his conscious talking to him. And then the low harmony is kind of like his heart talking to him. So that the high harmony is going to have loads of reverb.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Cool. And then, yes. Nope. For the room. Okay, this for the low harmony, just a tad.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Actually, we'll probably do the plate reverb for the lows.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
The reverb that I'm using right now, it's let's see, what am I using? Oh, it's the Verb Suite Classic, the Bacasti model. For the vocals is the vocal plate, or for the plate reverb is the vocal plate, and for the room it's the Lush Church. I may change that to what do you call it? to some of the Acustica stuff. I mean, this one guy, I forgot who made this. I don't know if you saw this, Salim, but CLC, nope. CBL, nope. What reverb is it? But it's so cool. With the N4, with Nebula technology. Great, I'm never gonna find it now. Oh, here it is. Yep. Okay, let me explain to you guys how Acustica audio technology kind of works. Salim already knows, but this part is pretty cool. So, all of these reverbs that you hear, all of this different list, these are actually legitimate samples. Like, they went in and they sampled the reverb, called, you know, that way, that technique is called impulse response. And then so what they did is they loaded all of these samples into this into this little, it really looks like this, right? Bam. And then if I wanted to choose the reverbs, I'd have to go to here and look at all these different lists of reverbs and stuff like that. I actually don't even know where the Acustica stuffs are. But someone took that, all those different choices, and stuffed them into here. So it's like a custom plugin that I got. And this guy made it for free. That's so awesome. But let's check this out real quick. Let's do a bigger reverb. Let's see, deep C, that sounds big. Let's see if this is better than the room that I got.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor.
Max, yes, this guy named Max. He made up these awesome skins, Asimov skins. Man, it's so awesome. Shout out to Asimov.
These games are too much for sure, and I these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
Why don't I hear it as much as I want? I'm doing something wrong. This is harmonies high. So let me just. Oh. No, this one. Okay. Unmute.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, Opera House was kind of nice, guys. I'm kind of digging Opera House. What else do we got here? Concert Hall.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
That's nice, but it's not like swimmy enough for me.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't.
That's too much. Okay, I'm gonna compare the Opera House with the Lush Church of Verb Suite. Okay. Then let's put it in context.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
So that was the CPCL reverbs, and here is the Slate one.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna run with the Slate one. It's the feel that I'm going for, and that's why, like, you gotta have. This is why engineers and studios have so much equipment. It's not because we're gonna use all of them in one session, but it's so that us as engineers have the creative options to choose the one that fits the song the best. I forgot which engineer there's a hip hop engineer that has assistants that after he's done doing like a premix, his assistants will go in. They're like a sound effects team, and they'll go through all of the reverbs that they have in their studio, and then they'll settle on like 5, and then the main engineer will come in the next day and choose out of those 5 little, which will fit best for the song.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
Okay, let's get to how I'm gonna mix in his middle harmonies.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we got. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine.
Louie trying to be like his own Backstreet Boys in sync here, getting his boy band on.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it.
And then let's add some reverb. Reverb. Where are you? Oh, I can take this.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
It's 5:11. I gotta remember I gotta pick up my wife and my kid from the in-laws. I think I was supposed to leave at like 7:30.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing.
Let's listen again.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long.
I'm probably gonna automate the reverb there when he gets into more wordy stuff.
Got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long.
Maybe the highs. Let's take out the high harmony.
Keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah.
Nah, that's not that cool. See how it sounds with the highs.
Track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure.
Let's lower the volume.
Keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this.
And then let's see.
You and I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all all just for show.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling.
Okay, cool. So we got the basics. Oh, I gotta work in. What are these?
Wrong, say you love my soul, lying all along. So I hope you love this song and these thoughts I shared on this long prologue. The dice on the board is your move. Just know that it's you versus you, cause I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore.
Okay, we'll come back to the balancing. Okay, so we got a basic balance now of the mix, which took about like half an hour, maybe an hour, but you know, I was talking throughout the whole thing. So now what I'm gonna do is I like to do a thing called top-down mixing. So this is pretty much like the base of my mix. Usually I have my assistant do this part, but what I'll do now is let's go down to my bus. So everything is getting bussed. So if you notice, these are all my audio tracks. The things that are drums go to drum bus, melody instruments a melody bus, and then my leads go to these are my lead vocals, background vocals, harmony vocals. And then obviously we have my reverb, send effects, and then all of those get bused to their own thing. So we have an all music bus, an all vocals bus, and an all effects bus, and then those three go to my bus compressor, and then the rest of my mix bus stuff. But what am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? So usually on my first initial buses here, I like to have amethyst. Someone had mentioned it on Acustica's group, amethyst pre, and now I'm stuck with it. I can't get out of it. It's just part of my mixing now. And amethyst is model's AMIC console. It's really nice to have all of these tools at my fingertips. So here, we'll do this. I'm gonna take it to the verse, so you guys can hear the changes just with these three things. Okay, here we go. So this is without the amethyst pre.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn it on, the amethyst pre's.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that.
So for me, there's just a certain warmness that I like, that adds, you know, a little something there. So I'll play it without, and then I'll let it play and then turn it on. When I point, that means it's on.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. You've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head.
I guess you guys didn't actually need me to point. You guys can see it when it's blue on the screen. Alright, so it's some little sauce that I do. Okay.
These games are too.
And then on these buses, I do these bad boys. I do my Lime 2 pre's. And it's going to be one of the buses. I like Mix F. Salim, do you remember what the Mix F models? I just remember, that's the modern Neve, I think. And I know that just a lot of hip hop R&B records were made on those type of consoles. Consoles? Consoles. Consoles? Consoles. I don't know how to say it.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
So let's see what happens when I take out all of this stuff that's on the buses.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, now with.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
I mean, the stereo image just gets wider with some of this stuff. Ah, the 1073. Okay. That's what Mix F is. Right. So now what I wanted to do is, okay, I got that going through. Now it's really top-down mixing where before I get into the hardcore EQing and compression of each individual instrument, I choose a bus compressor for the mix. And typically I would use SAN 3, which is this bad boy. But Luke from from the Acustica Facebook group said, "Hey, use the Lime compressor." I was like, all right, sure, why not? Let's do it on this one. That's not what I wanted at all. That was the strip. I want the Lime 2 comp. Oh, bus. Here we go. Okay. And he said he uses the blue one. So let's check that out. He said it has a lot of vibe. He said quick-ish attack, quick-ish release, which I guess is like that. 2 on the ratio. Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
That does add a lot of vibe and a lot of, like, what's the word? Aggression, but that might be too much. So I'm gonna switch to C. C is the one that I usually use.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too.
Okay, without.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't want. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low.
So it's a nice little glue. Little glue.
These games are.
Let's compare though, real quick. So again, Lime, let's see. What is that one? Let's look up the list real quick again, because I don't remember. So Lime C is the 8051 console, the surround sound one, and I just remember always hearing that's really good. So that's why that's my go-to with that. And then let's compare though to the what do you call it? To the SAN 3 bus compressor, which is a SSL console. You know, once it pops up. I froze the computer. There we go.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the.
Let's compare. Okay. So sand.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Super clean. That's that SSL sound. I mean, that's what's used in all pop stuff, hip hop, R&B. Okay, let's slime.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
So like for this type of song, it's a super vibey song, and if this was more poppy, I probably would choose a sand for the cleaner sound, but since this is a vibey song, I'm gonna go with the lime instead of the sand. I really wish there were other ways to explain sound besides the vibe.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
Let's see real quick.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Man, that's nice too. The B setting versus the C.
These games are too much for sure.
Okay, because now I'm intrigued. Let's just look at all the settings.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, not that guy. How about D?
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
It's pretty big. That's how "Cause I'm Gone" kind of sounds like, but that was kind of like a bigger sounding record.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
It's maybe too chill. I'm gonna go with C. Rock with C.
These games are too much for.
Okay, and then I'm gonna choose my mastering EQ. This EQ is crazy. It's the Pensado EQ. Dave Pensado doesn't even have. I don't even know if he has any of his own plugins. This is his very first plugin. And, you know, he's been doing Pensado plays for the past, like, I was in college watching his stuff. So that was 2008, 7. So, like, 10 years now. And only now he has his own plugin. And it's with the Acustica family again. So, I'm going to increase the mids. Oh, turn my mic up. Yes, I can. There we go. I could probably talk a little bit louder, too, I bet. So we got the Pensado EQ.
These games are too.
And the Pensado EQ is an amalgam of so many different EQs. Like every frequency point, and whether it's cutting or boosting is a different EQ. Every frequency point is a different EQ. It's just all of his favorite stuff in one plugin. It's crazy. That's true. I should have done that. Adjusting the thresholds when switching between comps. You know what? Let's do that. Because I was just moving quickly, and I think it's because in my head I'm like, I know I'm just going to choose C.
These games are.
Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
That E is nice. Like, the E, whatever that is, it reminds me a little bit of... That's the closest thing to sounding like super... It's like a super clean Neve.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other.
You know, I really like the C here because of the low end of his vocals, the texture that it gives. It's pretty nice. Okay. Let's check out Sand real quick. Over B, who are you in the Acustica Facebook group? I'm assuming you're in the Acustica Facebook group because you knew what to do with Sand and Lime.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Oh, thanks for joining.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
That might be too fast for the attack.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
The way I like to judge on how fast I set my bus compressors attack and release is the rhythm of the song.
These games are too much for sure, and
like how it attacks, you should feel your head nodding with it. Like, here, watch, if this is too fast.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
So for me, like, when you set something that fast, it's like with the rhythm and the tempo of this beat, it's pumping too much, too quickly. And then so if we slow it down,
these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
what you'll notice when we slowed it down,
these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
you really start to feel the rhythm of those drums, the in and out of it.
These games are too much for
Just
sure.
for giggles, let's see what happens if I slow it down even more. It probably will be too slow.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, I kind of liked how it felt over here.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, but let's compare. Try lime comp with adjustable knee. Okay, I will do that. So I like how the sand sounds super clean, and it kind of melds everything together, but it's not the exact vibe that I'm feeling for this song.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't.
B, do you have an industrial? Okay, here we go. So let's go back to this guy.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
That's kind of nice.
These games.
So on here though, it was like this.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, back. I don't know. I think I kind of like this one now.
These.
After adjusting the knee.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once.
I feel like B glues better. I feel like C vibes better. And now I'm in a dilemma and I don't know what to do.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan.
Oh man.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while.
I don't know, man. Salim, Andre, what do you guys think?
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the.
And I really like how that sounds. But I really like how this glues.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Yeah, see, that's exactly it. B is grabbing better, but the sound of C is so nice.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do.
What's up, Jorge? Man, see, now you guys says C. Okay, let's try it. Let's do it in serial. All right. C, but we'll right, we're just doing this for the vibe. So, I mean, I don't even need to have the ratio going through, right? Because we just want. Wait, can't I just choose the pre? Let's see. I think. Let's see. Do they have? Oh, they do! Look at that. Comp C, right? Oh, of course not. They don't have that one in here. Oh, they do. Bam. Okay. Good job, guys. Mixing by committee here. Okay, I'm lost. Where am I in this song?
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Hold on, let's switch up. Let's put the vibe first, and then the compressor.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low.
There you go. So we got the C comp pre, which is the vibe that we like, right? So, Sand, you're just gone. Okay, so before pre.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
That's the vibe, and then for the grab.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head.
Oh, my bad. I just need to remember to talk louder, guys. My bad. Okay.
These games.
So, what am I doing here? I am, you know the mic that I'm using? It's actually the Slate ML2. I wish they had the mic modeler as a standalone, so I can switch it to the SM7 and enhance the low end of my voice. Okay, now I can go to the Pensado EQ.
These games are too much.
And I like to max out on the high mid frequency just to see which style I like the best.
The-
And the high mids are like, it helps to add energy to the song.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
I'm not digging that one.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that.
That's okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
I think we have a winner. So let's just lightly put it in.
These games are too much for sure.
Actually, let's make sure I choose the right pre.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
So not only does the Pensado EQ have a bunch of different EQ frequencies, sampling different EQs, the pre, they have two completely different vibes. The pre one, I always think of it's round, and I think of like old school hip hop. And then pre two, I think of super polished, super clean, super bright. Not quite EDM bright, but still poppy bright. And I think with this one, I'm gonna go with pre one.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay. Now, also in my mix bus, I have Multiband Compressor and the SSL Fusion. Well, I mean, the plugin's called Celestial, but it's pretty much the SSL Fusion. But I don't put that until the end. What I do run is a tape emulation. Man, how is my CPU usage going? Oh, look at that.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Louie. So Louie here, this is the actual artist and the producer of the song. Everyone welcome him back. He was just taking a quick break for church, communing with God.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other.
Yeah, the IK tapes is super nice. I also just found the 37J tapes. But I tend to use that on the mastering side.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel.
But you know what? Let's just run a comparison because we can do it. I don't know if this is gonna sound good. It might sound bad. So, but I want to experiment anyways. Saturation, de-emphasis. Okay. So these model, to those that are engineers, you guys probably know the Waves J37 tape plugin. This is, who made this? Tim P. Is it Tim P? Yeah, this is Tim P. He sampled the same tape machines. And man, they sound super nice using Acustica's technology here. Okay. So this first one is kind of the airiness.
These games are too much for sure.
And then the second one is the opposite.
These games are too much for sure.
And then the goal is to kind of like, you know, balance them and tweak them to how you want.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back, you.
This might be a little too dirty. Too dirty.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
The hard part is gain matching those two, but I mean off the bat I can already tell the vibe. I don't know if I'm digging the dirtiness.
These games are too much for sure.
Could have been user error too, but sometimes you gotta move fast.
These games are too much for sure. These games are too much for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let us compare.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
And then gain. So we can gain match it. We can gain match it.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Is that close?
These games are too much for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel. These games are too much.
Okay, let's check this out. Let's see what we like here. So, yeah. We are going to compare IK tapes with J37. I think I got them accurately gain matched, hopefully. So here's the IK tape.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, and J37.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back, you.
Let's see again. Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while.
IK tapes, and now the J37.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back, you. Got your system down, pat like.
And I really like how that sounds. I'm gonna switch it again. Whoops.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine.
Okay, switch.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking J37 too. But I mean, it goes back to the same decision that we made, right, for the Lime 2 pre. We went with the vibe. I am going J37 a bit hot.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, let's lower the out a little.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Oh, really? Even the tape stuff need to go -18 in? I'm like, wait. Oh, 0 is -18. Okay, I get it.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine.
So I probably don't. Maybe that's why my gain staging was messed up.
These games are too much. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
It's weird that you can't lower. You can't go even more or less on the de-emphasis for the 37J.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Oh, you know what? I should probably just. I'm being dumb. I should just put the gain plug-in before this guy instead of messing with the Pensado. Oh. Should have known.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, let's trial again.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Yeah, I'm with Jorge on this with the J37, 37J. It's the vibe again, which goes back to the same reason why we chose the Lime 2. This Comp C. Yeah. I'm quite surprised by that. My go-to is usually the IK tapes, but again, this one is not about the cleanliness so much as the vibe. Sometimes you gotta choose that. Okay, so where we at?
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan.
Okay. So, now I got that all ready. So we got the vibe right now. It's time for some of the technical stuff.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that.
Okay. Let's go to our EQ. Shave off a little the low end.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Oh, that's trippy that you guys, what you're seeing, you can actually see the mouse arrow, but on my screen, there is no mouse arrow.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay, what don't I like?
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay. Let's compress. So what I like to do on compression, even if it's singing, I set it at super fast first. Just to get the sound, and then I start slowly backing off.
These games are too much for sure.
This is the planner. So the model of this screen, of the touchscreen that I'm using, Jorge just asked. It is the planner Helium 22-inch, and it's been working perfectly with Modula. I've been using it since I first got Modula in the beginning of the year.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
It's about $200 on Amazon. I think they just replenished the stock with the 22-inch version. They also have a 27-inch version, which I think is like $350 or $400.
These games are too much for sure.
Yeah. I can definitely put a link for you. Someone actually just asked that on the Acustica Facebook too. Planner, touchscreen. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely digging Modula. I know a lot of people say that it's kind of useless. Or like, you know, why? But it does make mixing that much more fun.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna.
And then now I like to adjust the attack and the release to fit the rhythm of the song.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's right. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a.
You know, I actually used to think Modula was called Modella because they're Italian. Maybe that was a bad assumption on me. But I still feel like calling it Modella sounds way cooler than Modula.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. too much for sure.
I'm from Chicago. Well, actually the suburbs of Chicago. And so I got a recording studio downtown Chicago, right by where the Chicago Bulls play. We got about like 4 engineers there. And then after COVID happened, or during all this COVID stuff, we had to close down. But during that time, we actually, because of it all, we had to fully shut down, which kind of stunk. And then I did find someone that I knew, though, in the same building that we were, we had a room in. And now we're renting from him. And some of our gear is there, a microphone. We got a C12 VR, AKG. We got Avalon preamp, or the 737, because, that's go-to for hip-hop. And then I also got a Telefunken Copperhead to complement the C12 VR. And we have a lunchbox with the Warm 12 preamp and the TG Opto compressor. TG Opto compressor is super nice. I love it. And then our other computer custom rig there is over there too. And then so I needed to build my own computer here. And so Luke from the Acustica group actually helped me with that. I basically copied all of his specs, and that's what I'm using right now, which is kind of cool because now I can stream while mixing and do all this type of stuff now. This is my first time actually streaming, so it's kind of fun. I plan to break this up and into little highlight reels. Thanks, Ellie, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing this regularly, because my wife and kids go to the in-laws on Sundays and stuff, so it's nice and quiet in my apartment. But yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna start doing this regularly, just because, might as well. Yeah, today I'm going till about probably for another hour before I gotta pick up my wife and kid. All right, man. Take care.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your hand, but I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this.
Let's add a little reverb to him.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor.
Too much reverb.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine.
Portugal, nice. I knew a little bit of Portuguese. Okay, not really, but it was only because when I was in college, I did capoeira, and all the terms were in Portuguese.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to
Let's bring up those ad-libs a little bit.
'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your hand. Back of all the times I ran it back, you got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan.
Yeah, definitely used to do capoeira. And once when I was doing it, I know people say it's not like a legit fighting style, but man, if you get hit by one of those kicks, yo, that kills. Cause I was doing it with one of the guys in the club, in the capoeira club, and then I just remember forgetting to guard my face like this, and then I just remember looking up, and I see the foot coming down, and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get hit, bam, right on the nose. Thankfully, like as he hit me, I went with it. I went with the energy, with the force, because that's what they taught us to do. So, to absorb, to go with the energy and go with the flow. So I feel like if I, tried to fight it, I probably would have had a broken nose, but I didn't.
Back of all the times I ran it back, you got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your hand. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move, but just know that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying that it's you versus you, and I'm just.
There's a nice little double there. I don't think that was intentional.
But just know that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying.
Now I'm confused. I guess it was intentional. Louie, where are you?
Know that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying that.
Sure, that'll work.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. For sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
Man, that's pretty savage. Did you listen? You guys listen to that line that Louie said?
I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
He said, wait, now I forgot.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once.
Oh, he's saying, I'm not saying we can see each other once in a while in time. That's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Savage, Louie. Savage.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back, you got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your hand. But I hope you love this song. But I hope you.
Oh, that sounds like I peak something. Where is that peaking at?
But I hope you.
Is it here? No, it's before.
But I hope you.
Huh.
but I hope you love this. But I hope you love this move. But just know, but I hope you love this song. I mean,
That's weird.
But
That?
but I hope, but I hope, but I,
Oh, it's actually in the audio.
but I hope you.
That must mean, did that happen during the tape? Let's compare real quick, shall we?
But I hope.
No, it's in the actual recording. Yep,
But-
that's in the recording. What a weird anomaly.
But I hope.
I don't know if I have the RX stuff to get rid of those type of clips. I mean, I know I have it in the other studio. It would be nice if I had it here. Definitely do not. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back to that.
But I hope. But I hope you love this song. Any star. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I have at the studio. I don't have it on my home setup though. Does it have multiple licenses? Because maybe I can put it on here then. I gotta check that.
Oh, that it's you versus you, and I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore.
Okay, I need to copy my verse settings to the chorus settings.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure. Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games.
So you guys may be wondering, why can't I just copy and paste the plugin settings? It's because it'll actually change the names too, and then it might change the routings. Yeah. But that's all stuff Quantica is still working on. I have faith in them.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure. Saying
Still a little muddiness on those vocals. Oh, maybe because I forgot to do this. Still kind of there. So let me use a little Crave EQ. In analog mode. So to those new to engineering, this is a technique to make vocals sound clear. You sweep between 200 to 350 hertz, and see where it sounds the most muddy, and muddy in terms of like it's harder to understand the person's enunciation. So maybe I want to do this where he's actually saying some words, huh?
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know.
You know what though? Sometimes this doesn't work because it depends on the note that the singer is singing. So it would be cool if I had the surfer EQ, but I think I'm just going to use a multiband compressor in this little area right here. Let's do 200 to about 350.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now.
And then same principle here. Change the attack and release till it fits. So
Saying that I'm not playing anymore.
listen to the saying and the more. When he holds it out, you can kind of hear it go from like boxy to not boxy.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These.
And so that's what we want to fix.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games.
You can kind of hear it more on the more.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure.
But this might be too fast, so slow it down.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure.
Okay, listen to that more again. Whoa, stop moving. So without.
That I'm not playing anymore. These games are
So you're on the.
that I'm not playing.
On the or, it becomes very boxy.
That I'm not playing anymore. These.
And when he releases from the more, it gets more airy. It's pretty, the tone's pretty inconsistent. So I was going to do an EQ, but it's not happening all of the time. It's only when he hits certain notes. So instead, I'm going to do multiband compressor, so it only catches in when it's too much.
That I'm not playing anymore. These games are too.
Right?
That I'm not playing anymore.
So it's before and
That
after.
I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much.
Just a bit cleaner, a little more consistent right there. Let's see. Okay.
That I'm not playing it.
And a little reverb to his voice.
That I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know. These games are all just for show. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been Keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your hand. But I hope you love this song. Any thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying.
Let me fade in that double a little better.
The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying.
So in that line, to me, I always thought he was saying,
But I hope you love this song. Any thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move.
I always thought he said thighs on the booty, it's your move.
The thighs on the board, it's your move.
But he's actually saying dice on the board, it's your move.
Prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move.
So let's see if I can help fix that for him. I think this is the die.
Prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move.
Definitely not that.
Prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move.
Okay, that breath kind of needs to be there. It sounds weird without.
The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's the thighs on the board, it's your
I don't really know.
The thighs on the board, it's your move.
Dice on your. Maybe if I. Okay, we'll lower this section. This.
The thighs on the board, it's your move. The thighs on the board, it's your move.
Oh, the die, not the dice. The die is on the board, it's your move.
The thighs on the board, it's your move.
That kind of did help it a little bit.
The thighs on the board, it's your move. But just the thighs on the board, it's your move.
And then maybe if we make the board a little bit louder.
The thighs on the board, it's your move.
Yeah.
But just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing. But just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing.
Okay, so that's the type of fade I need to do over here too. Whoa. Oops.
Just know that it's you versus you. Cause I'm just saying. Know that it's you versus you. Cause I'm just saying.
To the other people that have just joined, we're 2 hours in, 2.5 hours into the mixing session for Louie Kaczmarek. His song is called These Games. And what's it called? If you guys want to join in on the chat, I think you need to make a Twitch account. So go ahead. I think I might be doing this maybe like every Sunday or something. This is kind of fun.
These games are too much for sure. And I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's
Okay, I need to copy that multiband compressor down to my verse too to help clean up that low end.
these games are too much for sure. And I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure. And I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine.
I'm just realizing now why most, mixing engineers probably don't do a live stream like this is because if they have the mic at the same time, obviously they'll hear it from the speakers. But I actually This is something that I normally do, mix off of headphones at home. And then what I'll usually do is I'll check it in the car. But I've been using these headphones for the past, like 11, 12 years. So I know how things sound on these headphones and how it'll translate to the car, to the club, and, to the radio.
Say it.
And I'm actually recording this too, so I'll have probably upload it to YouTube, to my studio's website, Jungle AE, and then I'll cut up highlights, bits and pieces for mixing tips.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board, it's your move, but just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for show.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you I fall through fire and snow. Cause
Let's do some cool stuff. Because I kind of got the mix where I want it to be. There's some stuff that I want to do with the instrumentation, but before I forget, I need to do these special effects. So I did this, I actually mixed the song already, and then my hard drive crashed, and I was not a good engineer and didn't back up anything. But I did some really cool drops and stuff. So let me import that into the session. Beat drops and arrangement type stuff that the artist wants. How do I? Yeah, I need to download it. To my drive. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, actually just the computer that I'm mixing on and streaming from, I just got it 2-3 weeks ago. And it's running everything pretty smoothly. How many strips of this? We have how many strips of Modella running? Let's take a look real quick. Track number 24 plus, no, 24. Yeah, so 24 strips and a bunch of preamps and then some of my bus stuff and N4. And let's see what system usage looks like.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for show.
Playing your role, you're really selling it.
I just lost it. So if you guys notice, when it was running, I'm only using like 12 gigabytes of memory, and I'm streaming at the same time. And I think my CPU usage was only at 50%. This is a AMD Core Ryzen 3900X, 12 cores, and I actually left hyper-threading on and I left turbo boost on, and you can see the speed is up to like 4.2 gigahertz. Running pretty smoothly, despite everything that I'm running right now, so that's pretty cool. I made the mistake of, for our first computer, I made the mistake of putting in, I did 128 gigs of RAM, but the RAM speed was like 2100 megahertz. The RAM speed on here it's supposed to be 3600 megahertz, but I haven't been able to overclock it correctly to match, overclock the motherboard to match the speed of the RAM, so it's only a 3200 right now. But yeah, you can see, here, let me run it.
Saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain and now I know.
Yeah, so you don't need that much RAM memory to handle all of this stuff. And this is on Pro Tools. We all know how bad Pro Tools is with Acustica stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna put a link into the specs of my PC right here, so you guys can see. Here we go. Copy. Bam. Sometimes I have to freeze. Sometimes. Like, I know that I'm gonna have to freeze once I get to activating Titanium and Celestial. Like, Celestial, running it with all of this stuff. Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see how much I can push this.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel.
Oh, I totally forgot I was doing. I was supposed to be downloading the my original mix that has the drops in it. Whoops. Okay, let's get to that real fast. I got caught up in talking about things. Where is he? Louie. I'm gonna play the song in the background. The mix so far, while I find the mix with the actual drops in them and special effects.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain and now I know these games are all just for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jackets. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the board is your
Okay, I found it. It's imported in. So I did some cool stuff going into the wrap. So I gotta import that into here. These games. Okay. Let's see. Shall we wrap?
They're all just for that it's you versus you, and I'm 'cause you've been straining on my brain.
What you're hearing was my first mix.
On my brain, and now I know that these games are all just for show.
Playing your role, you really
So I did. What effects did I do?
playing your role, you're really selling it.
Okay, so I did a slow down, DJ stop, probably verifying Pro Tools, and I think this is a low. This has to be Waves 1 knob.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way.
Okay. So low pass filter.
Oh,
Or no, that's a high pass filter.
oh.
High
Playing
pass
your
filter.
role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too
Didn't
much
drop
to say
there.
now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way.
Okay. I guess I was doing some stuff there. Let's see. So
Oh, these games are all just for show.
Playing your
okay, so let's group the music files. Okay. So I had to been starting tap the transient right there. And I like his maybe if I can get whoops. That's exactly not what I wanted to do. So let's delete that and let's verify here. So there's a nice little introduction to his stuff. Actually, let's extend.
playing your role.
Okay, maybe not extend. Let's just do regular.
Oh,
Playing your role, you really
Probably needs to cut sooner. Why? Like that?
playing your role, you really selling it. People buy.
And then there.
Playing your role, you really
Didn't work as well.
playing your role, you really selling. Playing your role, you really selling it.
There's another drop going into the second part of the rap.
I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it.
Bam.
'Cause I've been moving,
So right there.
I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've
And at this transient.
been your job, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving.
And then going into the verse.
But like the
They're going
sign
into the
said,
singing
there's
part.
only one way now.
only one way.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way.
Maybe I could just do a regular drop.
There's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow. 'Cause I thought that
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
only one way
I
to
like
go.
that better.
For you, I fought through fire
that
and
better.
snow.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one
I
way.
didn't like add some reverb to that. Yeah, let's do that. Add some reverb to that snare. Let's automate this bad boy.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way.
I completely missed it.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire.
Okay, that, but not that crazy.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought.
Somewhere in between.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way.
I am slow.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow. Cause I thought that you glowed.
That was fun.
But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow. Cause I thought that you glowed. I was oh so wrong. Say you love my soul, lying all along. So I hope you love this song and these thoughts I shared on this long prologue. The dies on the board is your move. Just know that it dies on the board is your move. Just know.
Okay, and then
Just for sure.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling.
so I need to do this in the music. One knob filter, bam. Okay, touch, automate, go.
Just for sure.
I missed it.
Just for sure.
There you go.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but
What?
I won't dwell on it.
What?
No, I won't dwell on it.
Uh.
Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different
You know
lane now.
what? I should have hit another level right there.
Always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too
Missed
much.
it.
Always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been
We should
driving,
bring it back normal there.
always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Thunder.
Only one way to go.
Yeah.
For you, I fought through fire and snow. Cause I thought that you glowed. I was oh so wrong. Say you love my soul, lying all along. And so I hope you love this song and these thoughts I shared on this long prologue. The dice on the board is your move. Just know that it's you versus you. Cause I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. You've been straining on my brain and now I know these games are all just for sure.
Okay. Now.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once.
Let me bring up my drums a little.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine.
I don't want a little touch of high end. For the sample.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The dials on the board, it's your move, but just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for show.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories, the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I
Let me lower that one snare just a tad.
The sign said there's only one way now.
only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow. Cause I
Okay. What do I want to do? On my drum bus, I think I'm going to add a little Celestial. Or not Celestial, Crimson. This is probably going to kill the computer. Let's see. System usage. Kind of want for those to come out a little more. This is one plugin Acustica needs to upgrade badly. Because, man, this will kill cores quickly. Look at that. Already at 100. Jeez. Okay.
these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low,
that crunch.
low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't. These games are too much for sure.
So a lot of people will use what is that? FabFilter Saturn. Kind of does the same thing. You're adding saturation, harmonic distortion, saturation, and that's what I'm doing with Crimson. But it has its own character, and I'm big on like having your own unique sound, and so I'll often stray from what everyone's doing. I might use everyone's techniques, but I'll use my own tools with those same techniques, borrowing those techniques, because we all magicians as engineers.
These games are too much for sure.
Okay, so that's full blast. Let's mute everything. Right, so without, and then full blast. And then now let's take the wetness down. Right, bypass. And width. And then let's hear it in context with everything else.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Without.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low.
With.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
I mean, without it, that snare hits more, but the drums sound better overall.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Let's just raise it a little bit.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not.
Or maybe I I need to run the compressor with it? Let's see. Fast attack, fast release.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low.
Take that off. Turn it on. There you go. Got the snapback. And let's some parallel. Oh, insane mode. There we go. Now the snapback is a little better. Right? Because this was before. So without anything, you hear the attack of that snare. And the saturator, when I turn it on, it adds a nice little character. But it kind of takes away from the attack of the snare, so we throw the compressor back on. Now we got that hit from that snare again.
Low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your
You know, I'm gonna add just a smidgen of some room reverb. Just a smidgen.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head. But I hope you love this song. Any thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The dials on the board, it's your move. But just know that it's you versus you and I.
You know what? And I'm gonna add crimson as well to the what do you call this? To the thing to the vocals too. I bet you the computer will not play anymore after I toss crimson onto the vocals.
These games are too much.
I stand corrected.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Nice little warmth.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. Want me in your head. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel.
I don't think it needs it. Don't think it needs it, but maybe some. Actually, let me toss Erin on all the vocals as a bus compressor. Where are you? There you are. Just to smoothen it up. Let's see how this sounds. Still 4 viewers, that's what's up. Oh, another one just joined. Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Smack that show. There is no. Oh, there is a control link here. Does it actually work? It works.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like field jackets. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me.
I don't really know if I like this or not.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
Maybe not the Erin comp. Maybe sand. Let's see.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like field jackets. Took a long while to figure out your plan. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much for sure, and these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying.
You know what? I probably need to do. Wait, this has a wet and dry. I can pair. Yeah, let me just.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
There we go. That solves that problem.
I'm not saying we can't see each other once.
And then the bus compressor here. We'll do. I like using this bad boy. This is supposed to actually come first. Focusrite pre. I know the pre coming after is kind of strange.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. But I hope you love this song and these thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The thighs on the these games are too much for sure, and I don't. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
And we'll do yeah.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me, yeah. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
And what about for our effects? What bus compressor? What bus compressor for the effects? Pink, pink, maybe. Nope, no. Let's do a little cream.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. Got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan. But I hope you love these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the
One does the same thing.
these low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once.
Let's see when we turn off these bus compressors for those main buses.
These games are
Before.
too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor.
Add them in.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna
Nice.
feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been
Those keys, I need a. Oh, you know what we'll do? Anna, there's a teal gay. Teal gay? Yeah. It's just the one. I like using this. Yep.
These games are too much for sure, and I'm just saying.
Oh no, Anna is what I want to use. There you go. Because we want these a little airy.
These games are
Yeah, we gotta add that in.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure.
You hear that? So without.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure.
And a little room reverb.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too.
What's up to whoever who's joining right now? I got like 10 minutes left before I gotta go and pick up my wife and my kid.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know.
And there's just one high frequency that I need to take out that's conflicting with the vocals.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all. I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you you've been straining. I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore.
Right there.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games. I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I
bring it down a
know these games are all just for show. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while, I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time.
Okay, finishing touches for this mix. Let's see if the computer crashes after I add these. Yep. Okay, I gotta freeze. Gotta freeze some things. Let's freeze this. You know, I probably should save before any of that. Okay, freeze. Okay, we got, there you go, so you can see. Yeah, so we did a lot of mixing. Yeah, welcome to your world for freezing. Yeah, usually at the end, I just got to be able to do the multiband and then celestial, and then this will be done with this mix. I'll send it over to the client, and you know, we'll see what he says. Probably make some fixes throughout the week. But yeah, who else is in I mean, I see Jorge here. Who are the other viewers here? Are you guys Twitch people? Can you chat? I got some time to kill. About, what is that, 3 minutes left? Ah, nice. What's up, Louie? So you're one of those. How's it sounding? I wonder how much a delay there is from what I'm doing and from what you guys are hearing. Definitely shout out to Illa for putting me onto these lights. So check it out. This is what it looks like without the lights. See how much darker it is? Crazy, right? Oh, for sure, Jorge. My Instagram is Lex Mixed It. And you can follow my studio at Jungle AE. Ooh. Oh. And lights back on. But yeah, man, these lights, if you're doing streaming, it was only like $35. Yeah, it's Louie, I'm freezing something right now because I maxed out the computer. Who would have thought 12 cores maxed out? But look, you could even see in the cores, Pro Tools does not process the cores evenly. And that's the issue. I'll be, what's it called? Gotta pick up the wife and the kids soon. I'm actually surprised this worked. You know what I mean? Like, the streaming and the audio on the other side is actually pretty decent. I was surprised. I wonder, is there a way, like, for other people to join the stream? Is that a thing? I wonder if we can make this a thing now. Oh, it's possible when I'm using it. It's really just always when it gets to this my mix bus processing. Once it gets to this section, that's when it starts acting up. Bam! Okay, so let's do the multiband compression. This helps to kind of like glue the song together. Can be a nice crest factor. Okay.
I'm just saying, these games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. These games are too much for sure, but I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low. These games are too much.
So without.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low.
It's like a little glue thing.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
And then what I like to do after that is take out, and I like to do it on linear. Whew. Sorry guys, that's gonna be loud and annoying in your ears.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't.
That bad boy, cut that.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
So without.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
And with.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low.
Okay, almost done. And then Celestial for the finishing touch. Computer, please work.
These games are too much.
Celestial is a SSL Fusion, which is just like a, I don't know, signal processor that does stuff. Can't really explain it any other way.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Okay.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
So without.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't.
And with.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
I think I like it with.
These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low, low to the floor.
Alright, we are pretty much done. I'm gonna just show Louie what I did with the drop of the rap part because I changed it up a little. So here you go, Louie. Let me give you more lead.
Oh, these games are all just for show.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but
What?
I won't dwell on it.
What?
No, I won't dwell on it. Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now.
What's
I
up?
still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now.
Okay.
And you've been screaming at me, telling me to
Check this
break
out.
down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you, I fought through fire and snow.
Like that
'cause
with
I
the little
thought
snare
that you
reverb
would. I was oh so wrong. Say you love my soul, lying all along. So I hope you love this song.
Okay, just in comparison to show, this was my very first mix of this. So I think it's actually better that for him, that I lost his file. Let's listen.
Too much for sure.
Oh my goodness. I need to mute things.
Too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other.
That was the first mix, and now here's a new mix. Oh.
Sure. Too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket.
And we done. So there might be a chance I need to, I think I might need to turn up the vocals slightly, but I gotta hear it in the car. What is this, 3.5 hours of mixing? That sounds about right. So I'm going to bounce this now, and we'll take one listen through all the way. Do I got time? Yeah, I got time. I'm sure my daughter's enjoying time with the in-laws. So I'll bounce this in real time. Well, you know what? I might as well just print it. Why not? Actually, no. I'm just gonna bounce it in real time. These games. X2A. File wave. Give me an MP3. Bounce source. Yeah, what is the bounce source? Yeah, physical, right? Yeah, okay. Let's listen.
I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure. These games are too much for sure, and I don't wanna feel that low to the floor. I'm not saying we can't see each other once in a while. I know that's fine, but we gotta do it on my time. 'Cause you've been keeping track of all the times I ran it back. You got your system down pat like Phil Jacket. Took a long while to figure out your plan with me in your head. But I hope you love this song. Any thoughts I'm sharing on this long prologue. The dials on the board, it's your move, but just know that it's you versus you. And I'm just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. 'Cause you've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just for sure.
Playing your role, you're really selling it. People buying up all your stories, the way you telling it. Victim card always at the front of your jaw, but I won't dwell on it. No, I won't dwell on it. 'Cause I've been moving, I ain't got too much to say now. I still been driving, I'm just in a different lane now. And you've been screaming at me, telling me to break down. But like the sign said, there's only one way now.
Only one way to go. For you I fought through fire and snow. just saying that I'm not playing anymore. These games are too much for sure. You've been straining on my brain, and now I know these games are all just, they're all just for sure.
I totally forgot about your ending harmonies there. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and tighten that up. Should be smooth. I got a flow, you know it's really nice. Lex Cruz up on the mic. Freestyle, cause you know I still do it tight. Engineer, yeah, I make your vocals crystal clear. Still got it. Alright guys. That is the mix. It is bounced. It's gonna send it to Louie, and I am out of here. 3 hours, and actually it was about 3 hours and 30 minutes because the first 10 minutes I was trying to figure out how to actually use Twitch. But yeah, I'm gonna send it off. Thank you to everyone that joined. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to do this again. This is pretty fun, and maybe we'll have more people, that want to watch, join in, and yeah. Later guys. Peace. Love all. How do I stop this? Stop the stream. That's hit stop streaming. Stop.